Hey, welcome to a brand new episode of Str8Up Show Podcast. I am your host, Calvin. Hey, today is a special day. Any day I get a chance to talk about my hometown, people from my hometown, it is a special episode. And today is no different. And like I said, I wish Brandon was here because Brandon is a movie buff, a movie director buff, and like he's also from Shreveport, but he should be here, Brandon. So this is on you. But today we have a special guest. I was able to hear about him all throughout my hometown in Shreveport. But then, like, things happen, magic happened, and we got a chance to see each other here in Las Vegas. Without further ado, my guest today is the one, the only, the very multi-talented Mark Burnham. Mark, thank you for joining the podcast today, sir.
Man, I'm happy to be on here. I'm excited. Appreciate you bringing me on.
Yeah, I had to save you for last, man, because, man, you've been on a whole media tour. You've been doing a lot of stuff, man. So, and like I said, we both went through some personal issues, like kind of around the same time, I think. And then so I had to let you like breathe a little bit. I had to breathe a little bit. And now this is our season finale. So I'm kind of like breathing now. And I had to say the best for last. And today, Mark, we have you today. So before we can talk about, if you see his hat right now, if you're watching this, he has a hat called Rear Dares, or his newest film. We'll talk about that. But before we get started, for the people who don't know who Mark Barner is, please tell us who you are, where you're from, and what you do.
Well, my name is Mark D. Bonner. I'm born and raised in Shreveport, Louisiana. I was the first Black filmmaker to win the Louisiana Film Prize. And since then, I kind of just been keeping pushing. I've been judged a few times for the Junior Film Prize. I've been judged for the Film Collective in Inglewood, California. I've just been trying to keep pushing the envelope while still trying to inspire the people and hoping that, you know, that can kind of push into fruition and keep the positivity to the people, because there's enough negativity going on.
And especially being from where we come from. And I tell people all the time, like, you know, people think that Shreveport is just this name. And like, I think it was Tyrese was like, ain't nobody gonna find you in Shreveport. And like, you know, you're a living testament that somebody finds you in Shreveport. And here you are being the first Black person to win the film prize. And like, what does that honor mean to know where we come from and to have that title as the first one to have won that?
It's incredible to me, because I was even people, like, I know they didn't mean like, I mean, they didn't mean wrong or well about it, but it's like, that's like, well, you know, you're Black, you can't win that. They're not going to let you win that. And I was like, well, I mean, you can just try. I mean, everybody's tried this. You never know. You'll be that person that will be the first one. And I always encourage people to be that. Like, they'll say, oh, well, nobody in my family do film, or nobody in my family sing, or whatever it is they're trying to do. It's like, well, you can be the first one. It's like, you set the path, and then you could tell them your mistakes and what you did that worked and maybe didn't work, that can kind of help guide the next person. And I know it's scary because it's nobody to talk to. It's like, who do I talk to about this, making this film? It's like, it's kind of just all on you, and you're the first person doing it. And it's like, you just got to keep going with it and flowing with it.
How did you get into filmmaking? And like, you know, that's something like until correct me if I'm wrong, until like, you know, we had films like Olympus Has Fallen, or when the big film industry came to Shreveport, like, you know, did your love for film come before that, or like how did you get into filmmaking?
Ever since I was a little kid, like, always used to just love movies. Like, my first movie that I ever like watched, like when I was real young, I was like 3 years old, I saw Boys in the Hood. I know it's rated R and all that type of stuff, but like, I love that movie. And that was like, man, I watched that movie like 100 times, and I was so blessed in like 2018 to be able to work with John Singleton like a month before he died. And it was like, that was incredible. It was like to see like my hero and us like that, and able to just make films kind of like that, in the sense there's surrealism to it. Like, sci-fis and things like that are cool, but I just like that real, that raw type of films that can kind of motivate people, and kind of like that emotional roller coaster and pushing that.
And you did that with actually the film you won at the Louisiana Film Prize with Shreveport Sun. Tell us about that film, Shreveport Sun, and like winning that, and what was the emotional roller coaster you had to go through to like capture that film and actually display the reality of how things are, and not only in Shreveport and just every other day areas.
Well, for Shreveport Sun, that was just the production of it was kind of a challenge in itself. It was a lot of course, Shreveport is not really it's not the most friendliest kind of people. It's a kind of prejudice in other areas, and it's like a lot of people either they didn't want to be involved in it, or some woman actually told me that she normally helps like in that space and that like film community space, like a lady, but she was like, no, I don't think this project gonna do nothing. I was like, wow. I was like, okay. So I was like, it's kind of like it made me discouraged at first. I was like, well, maybe this film won't go nowhere, but I was like, no, I just gotta do it. So like, I just gotta try it anyway. Um, and kind of like it's been like different things. And like I remember my PA, she had ended up being in a car wreck a day before. And I was like, oh, well, I know she won't come now. It's like, I hope you recover. And then she wasn't hurt, harmed at all in the wreck. And she was like, I'm gonna be there in the morning. I was like, that was another sign from God. I felt like I was like, okay, so she gonna still be there. And then like it was supposed to rain when at the park that day, and I was on film having the moves at the park. So I was like, well, now I can't film that because it's supposed to be raining. But then it's like the clouds like cleared for that day. It was supposed to rain. So I was like, that's another sign from God. And then like when I dropped the poster, when I went to sleep and then I got up, it was like 1,000 shares to it. I was like, that's another sign from God. It's like 1,000 people saw the poster the night it dropped already. I was like, okay, this is signs of something. It's like, okay, I gotta do it now. So, and that was kind of how it's been. Like sometimes stuff can be, you'll have like stuff like energy that you can't really explain to kind of push you towards certain stuff. And sometimes you gotta, even though it still seems hard, like this ain't going right, this ain't going right. But sometimes it's just something in you that's like you just gotta keep going. It's like you just know.
Man, and just to see you, and the thing is, like with me, especially working in KTBS or working in my old news station and these things, you see all these stories about the film problems, and like, and this is the reality of it. Some people don't get the right exposure due to there are some politics in filmmaking, which even though I worked on the media side of it, I've seen it. And I actually was like a guest, or not a guest. I was like a background performer and a Louisiana Film Prize, and like to actually go to the film prize itself and see how like competitive filmmakers were in the Shreveport. I'm like, what? So, and like, I was cast, and I went casted, but I was in the background of Olympus Has Fallen, and like there was a big boom in Shreveport. Before we go to commercial break, I just want to know from you, like, when it comes to your style of filmmaking, uh, how was it able to like take what you know from Shreveport, and has that helped you out since you've been away from Shreveport?
I believe so. It taught me how to get a team and kind of make a team. Some of the stuff I learned from gathering teams, like everyone made, like if you have a specific person that they might actually want to be on the team, like you got to ask the person like 3, 4, 5 times, then they normally cancel. So it's like I learned from that stuff. I got certain stuff. It's kind of like I'll pick up. Okay, this person probably will want to be on the film. They will want to be solid. Kind of like tags like this, learning people as a people person and try to use some of the stuff that I learned from people and the signs that I got from them, even outside of Shreveport, to kind of cast and make a team and people with micro arguments and stuff like that. Trying not to, I want everybody on the set to be positive and kind of like things like that. So I kind of learned like people who did specific energy and kind of get that energy in a way that I would like it here.
And he's not lying, y'all. When we come back from commercial break, we're gonna have more with film director, actor, whatever you want to put him in. Good friend of mine, Mark D. Bronner. Make sure you stay tuned to the Str8Up Show Podcast. We'll be right back.
Being straight up means to be able to speak in a way that is straight up, to be honest, and to speak your truth.
Raw, uncut, you know what I mean? It's blunt, straight to the point. This what it is.
It's just a place to be open and honest, and that's what I appreciate most about it. And it provides a place for community members to come together and just be straight up with each other about things that are going on in the world, because it affects all of us.
Unfiltered, raw, with all the cursing that Calvin does.
Straight up is just being real, telling it like it is, being you.
being solid, being who you are, no matter what it is, no matter what situation you're faced with. All right, this is who you are. It really speaks to me, saying it is what it is and it ain't what it ain't. Straight up.
You know, I keep having this dream that I'm free falling. What you think that means?
I'll take my crown now. These voices in my head, I'm telling you.
Kid in the flesh, are you in?
Control, no, so bow down. I don't give you control, no, so bow down.
I was there, yes.
I'll take my crown now.
It's on my record,
Voices
yes.
in my head, I'm telling you to bow down. You don't got control, so bow down. I don't give you control, no, so bow down. Yeah, yeah.
But I never robbed anybody.
You gotta tell him, you gotta tell it to bow down. If you don't match up with the word, then you gotta tell it to.
Hey, welcome back to the Str8Up Show Podcast. I am your host, Calvin. Today, we're talking about a film called Rear Desert. And today, I have the liberty of having someone from my hometown, someone that I've heard about a lot, not only from just working in media in my hometown, but just on the street. And just seeing that somebody of color from my hometown, it's like when I tell you, just seeing somebody in your hometown make it makes you so happy. And this guy has definitely made it, and he's at a point to where he's elevating. He's doing so much that you wouldn't believe. Today, we have a special guest, Mark D. Barner. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on the show.
Yeah, and before commercial break, you said something that really stood out, and I would give you the utmost respect, the utmost credit that I've worked on 3 films, 2 Hollywood, 2 local, 2 Hollywood, 1 Lifetime movie, and then like 1 for the LA Film Prize. And when I say that your set on Rear Desert was definitely the best set I've been on since I've tapped my toe in filmmaking, so our film. So I just want to say, man, give you credit because working on that set with you on Real Desert, man, I can't even explain it. It was a thing of beauty to see you do your craft, to not only act in the movie, to only direct it, and like just how people respected you on the set, and how the cast and the crew, everybody was willing to work together, and that was fun. I said I want to give you props before we even get started. That was how you do a set, to me, in my opinion. So today, you have your hat on. For those who can't see, he has a hat on that says Rear Desert. That is your next film that you have coming out. By the time this airs, it'll already be out right now. So talk about Rear Desert. What is Rear Desert all about?
It's kind of like a story about my first entry to trying to shift, because I always like to challenge myself, like as a director. Like I made a film that was a coming of age. I made a film that was a World War II. Now my next challenge was, I asked the question, what if I made an action thriller but in the middle of nowhere? Because when I drove into Las Vegas, I said, man, it's beautiful, all these mountains and rocks. I was like, as soon as I went over to Red Rock and stuff like that, I was like, I gotta make a movie in this area. This stuff is just too beautiful. But I was like, how could you list nothing? It's like, then I just kept thinking and thinking. It's like, oh, it came to me, okay. And it's like I put a little bit of some personal infamous stuff into it, blended it, and I was like, okay, what if like ex-military guy who's trying to be normal, he ends up, something happens and some of those military instincts just flip back on. He's trying to decipher whether he uses them or not. And it's kind of a survival tactic. And I said, I want to make it 100 degrees on top of that. And it was hot when I first went out there. So I was like, okay, I want the audience to feel this heat.
It was hot when you went out there, but when we went out there to film, it was not. It was hot, man. That was beautiful thing, and the scenery. Like, y'all, I know we're gonna put a trailer at the end of the episode, but y'all, the scenery is breathtaking. Like, cause Mark, remember when I went on set, I got lost. I got lost, and Yo, I'm backwards because he gave me instructions, but I didn't follow the instructions. And so not only did I break into the park for free, I got lost in the park. And so, but it was cold, but then just driving through the whole park and just being lost, I was just sightseeing because it was like, man. And actually on that set was my first time seeing, I don't know if you remember this because I know you're working hard, but we all stopped because we thought we heard gunshots, right? And this wasn't you. It was it was Rams. I don't know if you saw that the Rams hitting each other. So yeah, so that was my first time seeing a Ram in real life. So I was like, wow, this ain't Shreveport. It ain't definitely not Shreveport. And that's crazy because like you took an element, I think, with this film that a lot of people just think about Vegas. They think that Vegas is just a strip, it's just that, and like there's so much more to Vegas than that. And so, just a quick synopsis, just kind of tell us like, when you do these kind of films, you say you put mixed personal with it. What do you want people to get out of Rear Desert when they go see it, and like, what's your big overall message in it?
I would hope when people see Real Desert, the takeaway from it is it's okay to to grieve. Like if something happened to where what you may say is some people may blame themselves for certain stuff, or some people may see something, something could have happened this way, something could happen this way. Some stuff you're not really in control of, like how stuff happens like that or how things like that may happen. And sometimes people can go years blaming themselves and things like that. It's like it can't just be, and his partner that he ends up meeting in the film is like, you're not alone with the battle of how you feel or emotions. And sometimes people might have it worse than you internally, and be grateful that you may not be really, experiencing what they're experiencing, but also be able to be at peace to whatever maybe happened to like a person that you may be grieving about or things like that. And just being open to like forgiving yourself and like healing yourself. I think the overall message for that is sometimes, if you being revengeful or something like that, like the worst thing you can happen or the worst thing can happen to that person, they'll just have being in your mind. Is like the best way is like just letting it, sometimes the scenario like just letting it go of them being in your mind about it, being angry about it, because you're a prisoner of yourself by constantly angry about that. And you just kind of just letting it go in your mind of being angry about it and things like that, of like revenge and of course defending yourself too and grounds and trying to survive.
I'm ready. I'm ready to go ahead and see the final product because it's rare that you see it and you're working on it. Then like all of a sudden, like, and I've been in the movies and I kind of get scared to see the movies that I was in because I'm like, man, I was part of that. So like, you've dealt with a lot of challenges, what was one of your biggest challenges doing Real Desert?
Oh man, especially with the park, it was like getting the permits, and the ranger was saying what I can do, what I can't do, and then talk to another ranger. I was like, "Oh, you actually can't do that." I was like, "Well, this ranger said I could do that," and then it was like, "Well, no, you got to have a permit for this and another permit for that." And then when I went out there, like losing the signal to my phone, because like the deeper you get, like you can't talk to nobody. So it's like you gotta do old school. And that also made me set this film in 2001 because it's lack of technology. So it's like ain't no GPS helping you if it might go out. So you just gotta follow the road. And I think that was a good fun challenge. So I wanted to incorporate that into the film, and that was the biggest challenge. And I actually ended up filming on something called BLM land. And it's called, most people say, I thought it meant Black Lives Matter land, but no, it meant business, something land like that, to where you can just basically camp there for free. You can do whatever you want there for free without a permit. It's like, I did not know this. So it's like, I already paid for my permit, but I was like, well, you can just like explore that land for like free of charge because it's supposed to be for the people.
Was that the one I was on with you or no? Was that the BL?
Yeah, that was
okay. That was it. Okay. Because I was wondering, man, I saw like random people walking past with like shotguns and like rifle guns. I'm like, I don't think it's part of the film, bro. Like, it was some people. I was like, okay, nice to see you. But yeah, that was an experience, man. Like working on the set with you, even though I didn't do anything, but like working on the set with you, it was amazing because, you know, hearing about you, like knowing what you're doing, like hearing stories about you and like seeing you win the film prize to like, you know, to see you eating your crack. Cause like I said, we're both from Shreveport and we've always like, we talked in the past and like now we get to see each other, but to actually witness you create your art, man, like not only am I a fan, it's like, man, like I respect your work. I respect your hustle. And with even with Rear Desert, you're getting the accolades now. So right now, can you just, you know, brag about yourself, man? Like tell people that the accolades you've gotten so far, where this film is going, man. Please brag about yourself because I'm happy for you. And I know people watching who is from Shreveport or without Shreveport, we're happy for you. So just brag about yourself and tell us what Rear Desert has already gotten already.
Oh, so far, Red Desert, it's in a finalist in the Best Suspense Thriller in the Austin After Dark Film Festival. It got nominated and selected by the Oscar show that's going to be in LA. That's going to be playing at one of my favorite theaters in LA. It's like in central downtown. It got selected as Best Cinematography. You know, shout out to Michael Street, one of the best in the game. You know, I'm just so proud of like the team that we did and the accolades, like just me thinking about it, to me it's like accolades of it, because I remember it was super cold. You know, we was pretending that it was hot, so I was over there freezing my butt off, but I was pretending like, oh, it's hot, but it was really cold as heck. And it got dark at like 4 o'clock. So I couldn't really finish a full film day. It's like I had to cut it pretty much short and just trying to stuff all this stuff in there. And then the reshoot to where we didn't have a first AD, we didn't have a camera assist, we have none of that stuff. We just had to finish it. So
yeah, that was cool, man, because they kept spraying you down with the water bottle, like, all right, take it. And he kept spraying, and I was like, man, I know he's cold, man. I know he's cold. So, but yeah, that was, like I said, it's honestly like, you know, we started at 6 a.m, I think 6 a.m, and then like we went to like 4, and it was like, you know, the way y'all moved, it didn't feel like a full day. It just felt like this clockwork, man, and like y'all made it feel so just like it wasn't work. It was fun, you know, because me, I'm over here just, you know, me as a reporter, and I'm over here just soaking. I'm like, man, like Mark is really just like, I think somebody had to stop and say, hey, man, eat something to eat right quick. Chill out, like chill, Mark. And so, man, you really are a craft. Your craft is really well, man. And I just want to say something right quick. If you can also brag about, you have an opportunity to work with Tyler Perry Studios. Can you tell us about that as well?
Well, I think it was an amazing experience. We were able to, like every week, we was talking to a different mentor, a different person in the industry. Some people that that did movies or helped produce or cast, like Love and Basketball was one of them. One of the producers and casters for that. And I was like, man, it was good to kind of actually hear from them, like actually see and like ask questions and they answer them back. And the nice lady that worked in the student head to Tyler Perry offices, she answered so many questions. It was so sweet on the Zoom calls, and they sent us the gift bag and stuff like that. Like they sent a really, really nice pen to write on. Like the pen was like, looked like it was like $100 pen. I was like, okay, I see you, Tyler. I see. That's one of my favorite pens to write with. It was just so surreal. It was good to actually, you know, be in that, because some mentorships, it's like you just get some emails and that's it. But with that, it's like they were actually interacting with you like every week, and I think that's what made it real different.
Have you been to that lot at all? Have you seen this? Have you been there yet or no?
No, I haven't been there yet. I want to one day. I said the day I go over there, it's like I want to be like working with them or something like that.
Oh, it's coming, man. Like I said, it's coming. And that, y'all, if y'all have not seen any of Mark's work, man, I challenge you to go to all his information. We're gonna have it at the end of the show, but make sure you follow Mark because, man, he is definitely going places. And like I said, man, being from where I come from, man, seeing how things can get stagnant a little bit, not bashing my hometown, but people can get complacent. And like, man, it's to see that people like Mark, who's left the town, and like, man, he's going places. And we're gonna have a little bit more of Mark on the other side of the break. Make sure you stay tuned to the Str8Up Show podcast.
Our world is made up of roughly 8 billion people. People of different races, different cultures, and different languages. And sometimes being different is often frowned upon due to a number of things. But here at Str8Up, we believe it's our job as people to sit at the table, learn from each other, in hopes of making our world into a better place to live. So join us as we have these cultural conversations. Only on the Str8Up Show podcast.
Voting. It's a right, a privilege, and a responsibility. Many have made the ultimate sacrifice just so we could have the ability to vote on what we believe is best for us and our community. So, we here at Str8Up ask you to do your research, let your voice be heard, and be proud to say, I Str8Up voted.
We are from the city. Tune in to the Str8Up Show Podcast.
All right, welcome back to the Str8Up Show podcast. I am your host, Calvin. Today, I have a good friend of mine. He is Mark D. Bonner. He is a film director from my hometown out of Shreveport. So, Mark, thank you once again for coming on the podcast.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And I say, we're from Shreveport, man. And like, Shreveport gets a bad rap all the time, you know, and like, if you've been living under a rock, you know, and I'm proud to be from Shreveport. You know, I'm from C.E. Bird, I'm from Cedar Grove, and, you know, I'm proud of it, man. I have no shame of it, but it made me who I am, you know, and like, it showed me things and it made me tough because the industry I'm in, you gotta have thick skin. And Mark can tell you from firsthand, like, being in the industry you in, you have to have thick skin too. So, the decision to leave Shreveport, what was that about? And like, you know, do you see yourself not coming back, but do you see yourself working again in Shreveport?
I believe so, because I think I can see myself like, you know, working again maybe on a film project in the future, or like kind of coming back. I do ultimately want to, like, my ultimate goal is to come back and try to like help like underprivileged like filmmakers, because I know it take a little bit of money to be like making like a good film and stuff like that, and I want to be able to just give back when I can eventually. But the decision to leave and transition, kind of like, because it was kind of like a lot of controversy with when I entered 2022. A lot of stuff was going on. Like the set of Amber Bridge was like burned down and things like that. Like a lot of strong kind of tension, it felt like that year specifically. And it was like I was at the point that was like, I understand, like, yes, it's competitive, but if it's to the point where it's like stuff getting burned down and racial stuff is just going on, like a lady discriminated against me like hard on an Airbnb and I was trying to rent that out. Like all kind of racial stuff was going on that year, and I was like, okay, I'm kind of tired of that, like that racism thing, and I was like, let's just take a break off to the next city or something like that, and where, and I ended up like loving it out, you know, when I went out there, out here, and you know, eventually might go back, but right now that's just the play for now.
Yeah, and then like, how do you feel about? And I asked this because, you know, we have mutual friends, especially you know about people who are actually in Hollywood from Shreveport, like Tim J. Smith and Dr. Sykes. The announcement of having 50 Cent buying Millennium Studios, which is, like I said, Shreveport had like a film studios, and like there's a lot of filming in Shreveport, like Drive Angry, Olympus Has Fallen, a lot of movies. So now that he's bought Millennium Studios and put money back into Shreveport, What are your thoughts on that? And then do you think it's something that you probably want to be a part of, or how do you feel that may work in Shreveport's favor in a long time?
I think I see his overall pictures. Like he started with the film industry, but I see he's like buying up the real estate. He's trying to change the city as a whole, which I think the overall message is, I think is really good, and it could like steer Shreveport into a positive light. And I know like people don't understand like stuff takes time, and I know some people was frustrated that he's not casting a production just yet. Like productions that take a while. It's not just one person's decision. Like it's like his team, his production team, and things like that, the casting and all that type of stuff, and like growing the economy. Because at first it was, of course, with the politics of Shreveport, there's a lot of stuff that at first it had to be approved and this, that, and the third. But I like what he's doing, overall for the city. I hope that you can put race to the side, because he was some lot of stuff with that, and like all work together. Eventually, like casting the people and hoping it's incorporating the local filmmakers either as well, or trying to kind of put some money in the people's pockets so they can kind of like have like a good job and things like that, and kind of give me some good, positivity for the city growth.
Shreveport definitely needs it, like the revenue, and like just feels like, not bashing this. To me, I want my city to thrive, you know what I mean? But, me, I'm like, hey, until that happens, I gotta make sure that I'm still in like perfecting my craft. And now that you're here on the West Coast, right? You've worked in California, but now you're here in Vegas. And to me, it's like when you come in Vegas, I've been here 2 years, like you don't really hear about filmmaking in Vegas. So I feel like you're at a cusp to where you're ahead of people right now. So now that you're here in Vegas, what are your future goals post Rear Desert? Like, what do you have coming up? And like, just are you here to stay, or because the West Coast, like I said, right now the movie industry is kind of struggling right now. But what is Mark D. Barner's ultimate goal when it comes to filmmaking and his future?
When I first came to Vegas and I see like the film industry here, I feel like it is so many openings here. It's like it is like the start of like, even though the industry as a whole, like, because it was birthed in California and stuff, but right now it's kind of like in a chokehold because after the strike, it's been kind of like drying up. It's been going overseas and things like that. But I feel like Vegas, in a sense, kind of reminds me of Shreveport in a sense. Like when Film Fry first started, it's in the early settlement. So there's so many openings and opportunities to start stuff in Vegas. It's like it's hardly no like talent agencies, like as far as just strictly for acting and things like that. So there's so many openings, but it's at the same time, it's like the industry is like where it is right now. But if it's someone that's can come put in and like put stuff in, like even a Film Prize Vegas, like something like that, it will start to make it grow, because there's so many opportunities and as far as Las Vegas goes, because not many like acting things. So it's like it's such a big gap that's open and waiting for the taking, I believe.
You're right, because there's so much scenery around here. A lot of people, because Vegas, to me, like I said, it does remind me. So I tell people all the time, like, I'm glad you said that, because when I first moved here, I always said it kind of gives me a Shreveport vibe, but like just amplified a little bit, extremely amplified. It really has that Shreveport feel in a way. And, like I said, just that's what people think, that Vegas is all casinos and flashy lights. Like there's so much more to it. And you use this in Rear Desert, which is going to come out. But post Rear Desert, what do you have next on the film wise? Or are you taking a break, or what's next for you?
Right now, I have in the pipeline. I want to try to gather the team I want to try a feature, but right now, I want to try to get a team that's slightly different for a feature versus a short film. So I'll kind of need like different resources and trying to kind of gather who can help with that and how can putting that into fruition, because it's going to probably get a lot more productive aspects to it. So I probably would need just looking for different network and connections to try to make that happen. But other than that, I'm working on a book, working on turning the Shreveport Sun into a book, and hopefully seeing how that will go and releasing that maybe by this time next year or something like that.
Well, man, you know I support you, man. I even though, like I said, just knowing it's like I watch you from afar, man. I see what you're doing, man, and you know, I'm proud of you, man. You're doing it. Like I am just like when I tell you I was so geeked up just watching you film. Like, man, this is like because to me it's like where we come from is a lot of negativity, and like he told you about just him filming in Shreveport, there is a race dynamic that is there that we try to ignore, but it is there. That's the reality of it. But to see you just thriving, man, and like, it made me happy to be on set with you because I've been on sets to where they just dog you out and just like, hey, get here and this and that. And man, you were just making sure you good, you good. I'm like, man, you director, you asking me if I'm good? Like, so it's the small things. And you definitely made me, hey, if you need me to join the next project, need me to promote something, let me know because I'm Team Mark, and you guys will be too once you watch this film. And before we go today, how can people reach you? How can people tune in and watch Red Desert? And how can people stay in touch with you and see what you're doing?
So right now, it's going to be available in streaming by next Friday for at least a couple of weeks on the Michaud filmfestival.com. You can find the website. It's Michaud Film Festival on Instagram. It's also the link to it is on my Instagram called Rear Desert. You can also find us on Facebook. It's the Minor M Films, who also on Instagram, Minor M Films. And yeah, just everybody just be on the lookout for that. Other projects, I'm gonna post casting calls there before I post them on Actors Access, anything like that. So you'll get them first if you want to be a part of the team and things like that. Because I'm so open to new people, veterans, everywhere. I want to give people opportunities. Like I just love giving opportunities because that's what I would want. So I'm like, if you want to, I'm reach out for me. I'm gonna read it.
Yeah, man, he is definitely that, man. He makes sure and the communication is key. I love that, man. The communication, and like he told you, we got lost in the desert because, man, going up those mountains with no signal. I was like, man, like I'm from Shreveport. This is a new area. I'm going up and down a mountain, and like, hello, Mark, can you hear me? But man, he gives opportunities, and like I said, I've had background roles, but to see me, you just give me the opportunity. I didn't even do anything, but like just the fact that you gave me an opportunity to be a part of that was just nice. And I'll take that with me for the rest of my life because I'm like, man, I got to see somebody from my hometown actually in that element. That's like me going to see like Dothr or Tim like on a set, and it's like, man, like they come from where I come from. So like if they can do it, I can do it, So like, man, the hustle that you do, the way you work, the way that people are reacting to your work, like people at Tyler Perry Studios, like Deadline writing the articles. And it's like, you know what? It's an inspiration, man. And you have definitely been an inspiration to me and the city of Shreveport, state of Louisiana. So thank you. Before we go, I know that you said you want to give back to young filmmakers and things like that. For those who want to be an actor, actress, be a film director, especially people who are underprivileged, can you give some word of advice to them? Kind of get some inspiration starting to take because I can't do it, or my short film on YouTube's not working. Like, what are some words of encouragement you can leave with us to give to them?
I would say, especially like I started out kind of alone, to where it's like I was the only one around my friends group that was wanting to do films. So they might not understand it if you're in a position like that. Like it's okay to kind of try to network, but you kind of shy, like I was too. It's like sometimes like just going online Facebook groups and things like that, talking to online first. But I would say the key is like writing the script, like write. That's the blueprint. That's the heart of every great film is writing. Like writing got a 99-cent book. I used to write stuff by hand, but you don't have a computer at home that's writing it. Like Spike Lee wrote Do the Right Thing on a notebook. So I just seen that. So it's like he wrote it by hand, like was showing it to people. So I was like, you can start with the notebook, write it, perfect it. And like, if you don't have someone, just do your directing, like do small things, like write a script and direct and act in it yourself. Even though you might not be an actor, what it does, doing those things it lets you understand the other thing. It's like a turning gear of wheels. Like each gear helps turn something. Like that thing used to be at Shreveport, in Shreveport, we used to turn that thing. Like every gear is an element. So it's like you learn each one of those is going to help you with the other one. I understood acting better when I directed, and I understand it directing better from acting. And then the writing is like, even if you want to do just one, learn all of them as a whole, as a learning thing.
Thank you so much for joining the podcast. I can't wait. Like I said, we still have to link up and go to dinner and stuff like that, man. Like I said, but our schedules is so crazy. So, but I thank you for coming on the podcast. We finally did it. We finally linked up, man. So, I want to extend the invitation for you to come back once again.
Oh, absolutely.
Man, Mark, hey, I said, y'all are missing out, man. That was Mark D. Bonner, man. Like, I'm telling y'all, like, I know talent and Mark has talent. And like, to see it in person, y'all, make sure you follow Mark. And if you're in the Las Vegas, California area, follow him because he's doing casting calls. So, this is something you want to be a part of. And if you want to help out, contribute. If you're watching the episode, we're going to have all this information on the ticker below. If you're listening, we'll have it on the show's description. Y'all, that's the end of our podcast today. That's the end of our season 9. Season 10 is coming up. Our 10th season of Str8Up Show Podcast, y'all. I can't believe it. 10 seasons. So make sure you tap in. You follow Mark. Go to our website. The episode doesn't stop here. Go to our website, Str8upshowpodcast.com. That's STR8UPshowpodcast.com. There you will find this episode featuring Mark Bonner, other of our friends from Shreveport, Louisiana, Tim J. Smith, Dr. Sykes, interviews that I did with them because these are people, like men who are out here changing the film industry. And like I said, y'all, Mark dropped some gems today. Y'all, he's here. He's here to stay. Make sure you follow him. If you want to support the podcast, go to our Patreon page at patreon.com/Str8Up Show Podcast 318. That's patreon.com/Str8Up Show Podcast 318. Until then, there's only one rule to our show. You got to be
straight up.
All right. And Mark, before we leave, you got a little something for us, right?
I do. If y'all want to check out the trailer for Red Desert, here you go.
Reporting live from North Las Vegas, this is Carrie Hatchett, and I'm investigating homeowners whose homes were built on sinking land.
Why the hell did you even come out here, huh? What are you doing out here in the valley? If we don't get him, the heat will. Minutes till they close the front. Is anyone else with you?